Okay, here we go. Hello to everyone that has joined me for yet another client interview. Today, I'm joined by one of our amazing clients, KJ, who's actually also part of our mastermind, who has been with us for about 3 months now. And he's absolutely taken off without having saying a word, just like a lot of other people I tend to interview, which is great. And yeah, today we're going to break down his story and experience working with us so far. And I'm just going to label this as a part one because I'm sure we'll do a part two in the future, if of course he's up for it. So, KJ, appreciate you joining me. For people that are watching this interview, why don't you just introduce yourself in terms of who you are, who you serve, and the transformation you deliver?
What's going on? Well, thanks for having me, Nor. I'm grateful to be here. And yeah, my name is KJ. I've been trying to make money online for probably 3 years now and failing for two. And thankfully this year we figured some stuff out. And I serve copywriters. So I was a copywriter myself and hit 10K a month with copywriting for a month, and then immediately started coaching people because I was making videos about my journey. Just 'cause I love to document stuff. And I had a lot of people in the copywriting niche asking me a ton of questions, and so I just started serving them. Started with free value, and eventually got to the point where the stuff was so valuable, I felt I could really coach people and get them a good transformation. So, yeah, I started launching a copywriting offer of coaching and a program, and it kind of been take off ever since.
Yeah, there we go, man. And just to paint a picture in the viewer's minds here, where were you before you joined the program, compared to where you are now in terms of, new additional revenue that you've added to the business?
Yeah, so we were doing around $30,000 from just the coaching when we joined when we joined EasyGrow in the Mastermind, because we joined at the same time,
Mhm.
from watching Charlie's YouTube. And I've been wanting to purchase EasyGrow forever. I mean, ever since I was broke, but just yeah, just didn't it wasn't the right spot to do it. And then thankfully heard about the Mastermind and saw that it came with it. And I was like, oh yeah, no doubt. Instantly joined. But we were around 30,000 coaching, and we had 2 products. Thankfully, Charlie saved me from that nightmare, and so we went to 1, and now we're doing about to do I think we're at 65, maybe do 70,000 in just coaching revenue, from this month, so in 3 months. So pretty substantial.
Yeah, there we go, man. And in terms of like how the business looked before you joined KJ, what were the key bottlenecks? Like, what were you struggling with? What really triggered you to like take the leap where it's like, right, I need further assistance? Because you're already at a fairly established point, around that 30K a month. So what prompted you to go, I need further help on this?
For me, I'm a product nerd. That's what I love to death, and so I already knew Charlie's product was insane, and I knew his product could help me make one that was even better, and so it was really a nightmare as far as onboarding people, community. I didn't have that much sales experience. All I really had was the drive and mindset. I didn't have anything else, and I knew Charlie had everything else and mindset. So, um, we immediately started simplifying everything as soon as we got EasyGrow. Simplifying the course, simplifying all the systems in our business. We started tracking everything for the
Yeah.
first time, which was big. And so, honestly, it was just a chaotic mess before EasyGrow. And then just through seeing EasyGrow and through all the course information, we simplified and cleaned everything up. We've cleaned for pretty much a month straight. We just cleaned,
Yeah.
cleaning house. But
Yeah. Killer stuff, man. And staying on that topic, like, give me some examples of what was messy per se? Because I'm assuming you went from like 0 to 30 and you were just acquisitions there, sales are there, metrics are nowhere. Give me some specific
yeah,
examples of how things look, man.
it was just a mess because I was doing everything
Yep.
and running myself on the ground. I was reviewing things that didn't actually lead to their direct results. So not only was I wasting time, but they weren't even getting that much value out of it. They thought they were. It was like ghost value is what I call it. They thought they were getting value, but they weren't actually getting any results by me spending all this time every day reviewing stuff. And so we really figured out what were the key drivers of our client's success and then tripled down on those and got rid of everything else. And Charlie helping us make that leap of just addressing the pain and solving it and getting rid of it. And our clients love it now. Like, not only was it not like hurtful, they love it. They're glad we don't do the old stuff anymore. So
Yeah. It's like the classic saying, sometimes less is more.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go, man. And another thing I want to touch on is like the tracking side of things that you mentioned there. Like, so now compared to before, you've honed down on metric tracking. And
Yeah.
before, I'm assuming it was again, there was no clear KPIs, no, what inputs you should do. It was
I couldn't
just
have told you what a metric was.
yeah, it was just straight, it was like a guessing game pretty much.
Yeah, ideally. I mean, yeah, it was disgusting. We just didn't have anything in place. Nope. Like we had like a rough process, but it was all just kind of in my head and in my operations manager's head. Like it was just us two just fighting demons every day, every single part of the process. Um, yeah, anything specific you want to know? I mean, we just literally had nothing.
Wow. And then like compare it to now you've got KPIs across the board in terms of right, these are the amount of sales calls we need to convert, like this is how much we need to spend, or how many emails we need to send, etc., etc.
We've gotten pretty crackhead with it. We
Yeah.
have metrics. I mean, my operations manager is working on a dashboard right now for our metrics across every single. Like we have every system we have has more in-depth metrics than I even think we should track, and it's all in like a massive dashboard. Everything's Zapiered between Google Sheets. Our sales guys know every single bit of their metrics to a T, and updated automatically. Our accounting sheets are updated automatically through payfunnels and Zapier. It's disgusting.
Yeah. How does that feel, by the way? Just, you at the top where it's like, wow, things are ticking along and
Oh,
it's no longer waking up and assuming, right, we got a sale win, that's a good day. We don't know about the KPIs, that doesn't matter.
my accounting sheet would like put the fear of God into children if they saw it like back in the day. I mean, it was just like this mess of I don't
Yeah.
know people and dates they joined and when they're supposed to pay and where they didn't pay and
Yeah.
going through consulting nirvana, having a streamlined system. The reps do it now. They put in the data. The data gets tracked automatically through pay funnels. They get paid in a month automatically. We have a support system thanks to what Charlie taught us about, support tickets. Like we have Google forms they can fill out if they need support. Like it's just, I don't know. All this stuff has already happened like today with payments, and I didn't do anything. My assistant just sent me he's like, here's what happened. Here's what we got. Awesome.
Yeah, that's it. Nice and easy, man. KJ, talk to me about like day one of you joining the program. Obviously, you joined the mastermind, you got access to the EasyGrow as well. How did you approach the program? Like, what was like the first like couple of bottlenecks that you looked to fix in your business? Like, did you just dive into straight into consulting Nirvana, or like were there any other things?
I sat there and smiled for about 15 minutes,
Yeah,
and then I acted like a kid on Christmas. I was just opening up boxes. I wouldn't play with the toys. I just open them all up just to
just
look at
looking
them.
at that.
Yeah. And so after doing that for a while, probably too long, I just immediately started with acquisition genesis, just because Charlie would just kill me if I didn't start there because he
Yeah,
said it
yeah,
every
yeah.
school. So I went through all of that. It was a little heavy. I like
Very
deep stuff. It was a little heavy for me, and so some of it I came back to later. But really went those first modules, um, and then started in consulting Nirvana. I tried to hold up as long as I could. I knew that's what I wanted to go through. That's why I bought it, but I held off. Did Yeah, I've watched pretty much everything. Uh, but the biggest ones I would say would be the outreach system because it helped us with our system that we sell,
yeah.
and it completely redid our system using that stuff and just building on what they already had. Um, and then running the DM system for Instagram, that was a game changer. That's probably added 15,000 just by us starting that system.
Nice, nice. With the system, I think it was you mentioned DM sorcery, and I think
Hmm.
you also mentioned YouTube inbound
Yeah.
that were using. So starting off with DM sorcery, what did that look like in terms of implementing the system, and how did it sort of change your, maybe not change, but how did it add a new way of bringing in appointments and sales for the business?
It changed everything, dude. I just had a setter going Rambo in my
Yeah,
DMs, like ruining my brand image because he didn't sound like me and talking to a million people. It just like it was
yeah,
a it was like blessing from God if we booked a call from Instagram. Like, it was just a mess. We had no system, no nothing. And so really it was just how I saw it. Like I just didn't see Instagram as a system. I didn't understand the stimuli you could use. And so that just gave me everything. From there we've ran with it and added some our own additions and stuff. We have a personalized name bank where I just
nice.
record videos and our setter like because we we meet him at Thousand Daniels, so he just sends the same one. So he doesn't even need me anymore. So it's pretty cool, and we're just rocking with it.
Yeah, sweet. And what's the ops look like on that end? You just got one setter right now, or like have you scaled it up?
Yeah, so right now we got one setter. We just brought on our 1.5 setter to do Twitter. Yeah, he's
Nice.
more of a Twitter specialist, but the kid's an S tier talent. He's like 15. And so
Yeah.
we're gonna let him run that system on Twitter just for him learning how it works.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be posting organic content on there. I'm excited and just
Yeah.
doing DM giveaways and running that system. So
Sweet. There we go. And KJ, outside of DM sorcery, I think you mentioned in school you use YouTube inbound. And I know
mhm.
you were already quite prominent on YouTube. How did the YouTube inbound approach change what you're already doing in terms of like, your strategy for the
Shoot,
channel?
man. Frick me. I mean I don't even look at YouTube the same
Yeah.
at all. Like I don't even know how I made any money with the old videos. I really don't. It was just like luck, I guess. Um, but I went from stressing out over every video like a diva to understanding how my channel plays a functional role in the market and providing just a value pit. And so now I upload videos. I don't even look at them. I don't give a frick what they do either. I just post as much value as possible, and the brain dead people don't watch them anymore, and the good people do.
There
And so
you
now all of
go.
our calls are qualified, extremely qualified. Um, and I enjoy making videos again because I was felt like a clown, and
Yeah.
now I just turn on Miro, press record, teach something, and leave, and people
Yeah.
love it.
What what type of videos were you making before you saw how we approach things?
Man, you don't even want to know.
Or is it just, spitfire anything and
It was
everything?
just freaking throw everything at the wall and just see what works. I mean, I came from the content space already.
Yeah.
So for me, it was like learning to do business on YouTube was the hard part. And that's where EasyGrow and Charlie just blew my mind. When I watched the thing saying he was booking 7 calls from 700 subscribers, I was like, I give up. What do you like? I'll do whatever you want. Whatever you tell me to do, I'm doing because this is crazy. Then I started to understand, oh, okay, that's how it's possible. It's not about the views. It's not about getting a
Yeah.
million 13-year-olds um, to watch your videos for views.
Yeah,
It's like selling value.
that's it. And it's funny, KJ, because I think like we've even had clients where they've got massive followings, right? Like, 100K and whatever thousand, 100,000 YouTube subscribers and whatever. And we've seen this with channels as well. It's like, how much money are you actually pulling in when you compare it to the size of your audience? And it's
Yeah.
extremely minimal. And then you got like channels where, similar to yours, where it's like if I take a look at your subs, for example, I think in the copywriting channel we got about 15K subs, right?
Hmm.
But you still make a sizable amount of income that, people would be like, wow, KJ, you're only doing that with 15K. Wow, how'd you do that? And the common misconception, and I'm sure you had this, is to make money from YouTube, you need like 1 million views and then 100,000 subscribers. And it's like, no, you can do the job with literally starting up. I've seen people with like under 1,000 subscribers in the 100 range. They just have their videos slowly trickle along
Yeah.
and they just get qualified appointments from like almost as little as 100 to 500 views. And then it scales up.
Yeah. That's what people don't understand, man. It's like one view on that text on your screen could be a 13-year-old kid bored on Minecraft, or it could be a 26-year-old millionaire looking to solve this massive problem. It's like if you
Yeah.
just look at views, it's just like clueless.
Yeah.
So when I understood that, I was like, oh man, I started
Yeah.
making videos that only for the people who I wanted to talk to. And yeah, my views dropped. Like definitely. I probably get like a fourth of the views, but I make double the money. And I'm a lot less stressed and a lot more happy. Uh,
Exactly.
and I enjoy life again. So yeah.
And it sort of comes back to like again, a lot of people like in the business space, you can fall into the trap of, oh, I need to be a YouTuber now. It's like,
Yeah.
no, that's the worst thing you can do, because
Yeah.
being a YouTuber, it's about optimizing for views and this and that and that. And next thing you know, you've got 100,000 views on a video, but guess what? You probably got like 5 appointments, 10 appointments. It's like wrong play. All you need to do is structuring your content in a way that's speaking to your specific market. The views, they don't really matter as much. And you'll find that even if you do have a drop, just like you did, KJ, the calendars are starting to fill up with qualified
Yeah.
people. And more importantly, the money's coming in, which is a great feeling, right? Compared to,
Yeah.
just seeing views on a screen.
I mean, man, we're probably gonna do 100K, Lord willing, by
Yeah.
the end of this year, all inbound. I don't have a single other system.
There we go. There we go. There we go, man. And touching on that, KJ, before you actually joined, again, I know you spoke on this briefly.
Mhm.
What was the way of getting clients before you joined? Was it just what you mentioned, where it was just someone say on your DMs ruining your brand image and just going balls to the wall?
I mean, it was YouTube inbound,
Yeah,
but it was not consistent, and
not
I
as
was
efficient. Yeah,
miserable. Like I was
yeah,
making so many videos, and I was forcing things, trying to get sales, trying to be like salesy and get these call to actions and changing my funnel literally every other day, honestly. Changing the
yeah,
funnel, changing something, praying to the YouTube gods to send
yeah.
me qualified appointments. Um, and then also just Rambo slinging DMs on Instagram that was not working at all.
Yeah, it's not sustainable. Not
No,
sustainable. So yeah, KJ, one thing I want to touch on, and it'd be good for the viewers to know as well. You're obviously someone where, before you joined, it was like Rambo mode. Obviously, not in the best way,
no.
because like it was like a guessing game, right? Like the accounting, the operations, the metrics. There was no metrics. Booking appointments. You're doing these wacky videos, and you're thinking, "What's going on?" I hate doing YouTube. Obviously, naturally, right? For someone in your perspective, and someone who may be watching this that's in a similar position, they'd be quite maybe a bit nervous and scared of, oh my God, this is going to be such a massive pain fixing these things. When you joined our program, man, how sort of simple did you find the systems to implement in your business? Did you find it difficult? Was it quite easy? It'd be good to hear your perspective coming from someone where everything was all over the place, and then you started to integrate things bit by bit. Like, what was the difficulty levels like?
I mean, to quote Drake, problems are there to get fixed. So it's like we had all these problems, and the way EasyGrow is laid out, it's very simple. Like you go through acquisition genesis, so
Yeah,
you're not a complete idiot, and then you just go to which system you want to do and just fix it. And so that's exactly what I did. Is me and my partner went through acquisition genesis. We cried of
yeah,
joy and pain multiple times, and then
yeah,
we immediately started fixing things. Starting with acquisition side of things with YouTube inbound. And then as soon as that changed, fixing the DM sorcery, getting that in place, then we immediately started fixing the sales side of things. And then the whole time building the product along as I'm learning. Um, yeah,
yeah. There you go. And again, just to reiterate to everyone watching this is coming from someone that again, the systems were all over the place. And if you're someone that's in a similar position where you think it's going to be this massive, scary task, as KJ says, or that said, it's all laid out quite simply. And in addition to that, KJ, you got the group, you got the coaching calls there if needed. But on your end, I think you even said it was so simple. You only asked one question in the group, then disappeared.
I mean, people just don't think for themselves,
Yeah,
man. That's the
yeah,
problem.
yeah,
Like Charlie gives you everything you could
yeah,
possibly need. I mean, at that point, and that's kind of thing. He gives you so much. I feel like that's why people ask questions because like he literally gives you everything you could ever possibly need. That anytime you even think about thinking for yourself, you just like, I'll just ask Charlie. When it's like, nah, dude, just think because
yeah,
he given you everything. Um, so that's what we did. We just went through the courses and
yeah.
implemented it.
And
Yeah,
it's funny you say that because Acquisition Genesis, it was primarily designed to help people think for themselves. Because
yeah,
and I'm sure you've seen this because you've been
yeah,
through it, right, with your business partner, and and I know you're revisiting it. It's about, you know, here's the thing with most courses. With most courses, they'll give you the script, they'll give you the metrics, and blah blah blah. They don't explain why it's like that. They don't
yeah,
explain how to look at something, etc., etc. And as a result, something like a script, for example, what happens if the market evolves and it's outdated? What are you going to do?
yeah,
If you can't think for yourself, you're relying on an asset. It's like the DM sorcery or like the YouTube inbound stuff, KJ. I'm sure you've subconsciously looked at the strategies and you thought for yourself, oh, I can tailor this to my business, tweak this, tweak
mhm,
that, add things in. So again, it's not necessarily, copy and paste like within the program. It's you're putting your own spin on things, right?
yeah. Well, it's the best of both worlds. Like he
Yeah.
teaches you how to think, and then he also gives you copy and paste.
Yeah.
You know, they're not the best without each other. So if you just give people how to think, well, then they still have to go to spend time and build a system. And yeah, they'll figure it out, but it takes a while. Then you give them how to think and the system, they start crushing it. But if you only give system, well, then they don't know how to think when it breaks. So I appreciate Charlie's pain he went through to give us that.
Yeah, no, that's it. That's it. There we go. In terms of like your team right now, KJ, what does it look like? So it's just you, your business partner, setter, half setter on Twitter, um, operations manager. Anyone else in the fold?
So I've got me, and then my Nor slash Bo. He's my partner operations manager. And then I have three coaches in my program. And then I have a full-time editor. Then I have a setter on Instagram, setter on Twitter, and then my little brother runs my like Instagram, social media content stuff.
Nice.
But there's no reason to have that many people. I just love hiring people because I don't really care about the money. I'm just having fun. Um, so yeah, I'm spending too much money on people than I should. But and I got a
Yeah,
sales rep. Forgot about that. I have a sales rep and then a half rep.
yeah. There we go. Next mastermind, you're gonna hear us say, KJ, get rid of these guys, man. Like,
Bro,
you
I did get rid of some after the last mastermind. That was the hardest part. I was like
know,
in my room, like, geez, man, I'm gonna have to get rid of these people. And I did, but
yeah.
I don't know. I'm just having fun.
It sounds like you're not fully done. It's we need to mastermind by mastermind. We're gonna make it more operationally efficient. But yeah, I just
Oh yeah.
realized I sound like an evil dictator to people that are watching and saying, "Oh."
No, no, it's good.
But no, jokes aside, man, that's amazing stuff. And on your end, KJ, with everything being, relatively like systemized, you got everything in place now. What does your work schedule look like? Are you sort of drowning in work, or do you have some breathing room to like focus on the key activities? Like, how do your days look?
Let's say I'm drowning in work because I choose to, and it's work
Yes,
that
of
I
course.
enjoy
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
So it's different from like, oh my God, I have to take these four calls and three of them don't even look qualified. To now it's like I take two calls a week if I want to,
yeah.
and I work on the product and I make videos that I actually enjoy and not out of necessity, but out of I want to just add value.
Yeah, there we go. And touching on the product, what does fulfillment look like for your clients? Is it literally just they go through the course and it's like group support, coaching calls, I'm assuming, or is there anything else that it's involved?
That's really it. So they go through the program on school, and then they have a Discord community, which we have the guys in there. We have coaching calls in there, over Zoom, of course, and there's just support Q&As, and that's pretty much it.
And on your end, it's like in terms of being able to fulfill to loads of people watching this, that would sound so extremely simple. They'll probably say, "Oh my God, like KJ is fulfilling like that easily." But
Yeah.
like you said, like we spoke about this, less is more. It's working and it's bringing in results, and you don't really have to spend as much time inside unless you choose to do so.
But I was just a complete idiot, man. Like everyone should go through acquisition. Like acquisition genesis should be like an eighth grade class, like an eighth grade whole year. Because if you don't understand leverage, if you don't understand systems, you're just fricked as a business owner. And that's where that's where I was. And so nowadays it's like I don't just deal with the immediate problem. I just build a system to never deal with it again.
Yeah,
So after 3 months of doing that, life is good.
yeah. There we
uh
go. There we go.
yeah.
Touching on that, KJ, obviously you before joining the program, you may have had some limiting beliefs to do with, maybe changing your product a certain way or implementing certain things. What limiting beliefs did you have that after going through the program, like you managed to realize, oh, like this was just a completely false belief? So an example is like could be the one where you mentioned you need all these things in your program, but actually if you just take away things like
Yeah.
those reviews, it'll be far more better. So talk to me about any of those beliefs that you had that you no longer have that have served you, quite poorly before you join.
I mean, there's probably too many to count, but I'll try to think of the main ones. Biggest beliefs for me were around sales. So that was a huge part because I came from just the content game, not business.
Yeah.
So sales was tough for me in general. And so getting all my beliefs destroyed and replaced in sales was extremely useful. Also, anything having to do with team like management was amazing as well as like everything I've learned from the mastermind and from the course. Um, yeah, I don't know. Probably the biggest belief was that a course could be as good as EasyGrow is. I know that sounds kind of goofy, but that was the biggest belief that has made me so much money and will make me probably millions in the next year. it's just understanding how good a freaking program can be. Because I bought
Yeah.
so many programs that were dog awful. So I just honestly believe that like, okay, information isn't that crazy.
Yeah.
The only difference between Charlie and me is information. The only difference between me and people watching is information. If you have the right information, you act on it for a while,
Yeah.
you're gonna get the right result. And so that changed my product. My product, I feel bad even selling the product I had 2 months ago. I really do. Um, and I know I'll feel bad selling this one 3 months from now because I'll keep improving it. But that was really the biggest belief is like, holy crap, you can give people information that will change their life forever.
Yeah, that's it, man. And yeah, it's funny you say that because like we were looking back at the first variation of the program we had, which wasn't EasyGrow, it was called like Imperium agency program. And I remember Bo and Charlie saying, "How are we selling this thing?" But it was really good. It was I was a client at that time, and it was like, what are you
Yeah.
guys talking about? This was amazing. But then from the founder's standpoint, it's like you look at what you have now compared to then, it's like, man, it's only gonna get of course there's a clear difference and it's only gonna get better. So yeah, amazing stuff. And
Well, if people, man, I'm telling you, anybody who's running an info product, if you're not in EasyGrow, you're gonna get swept by anyone who is, man. Because
yeah,
it's all about contrast. Like the first iPhone was groundbreaking. But if you have one now, you're getting clowned to the house and back
yeah,
because there's iPhone 16. And so like the
yeah,
market moves on. And if you don't know this stuff, you're gonna get ransacked.
literally,
Uh, yeah.
literally that. And yeah, it's funny because people don't realize that there's loads of people out there that think they can just do a one and done program and they can sell it forever, right? And then they wonder, why my sales not coming? Why is my YouTube not always like, yeah, your program's not updated with the market conditions. That's why what we teach, and KJ, you know this, V1, V2, V3, V4, constantly evolving, keep it going and serve the clients best.
I say if you're in the copywriting niche, don't listen to what you just said. Only do one program. That's how you win, okay? If you're
Yeah,
not in the copywriting niche, dude, if you're not making iterations, you're
yeah,
clueless and you're lazy and you're just gonna lose to anyone who is because you don't even know. I didn't even know what I was supposed to be teaching. And I mean, I was iterating pretty quickly. That's just I love the product, but when I saw Charlie's and saw like the separation between dynamic and static and systems and thinking models, I was like, oh man, I got to redo everything. Um, I'm probably gonna redo everything every 3 months because that's just how you get good.
yeah, exactly. Love it, man. And KJ, I know you spoke about how you were part of other programs before. Obviously, a typical a natural objection to have, especially in the online market we're in, is for people to look at a program and go, "Oh my God, that's just another course, another program, etc., etc." Obviously, from your experience working with us, and again, it's only been 3 months, what would you say makes this different from all the other programs that you've taken?
I mean, just the care for the customers as far as the product side. And I really respect Charlie and look up to him from that and want to emulate him in that aspect where
Mhm.
it's about the product. Like that's the core of the business. And many people they want to scale a turd instead of fixing the turd. It's like why not just focus on product first? And I was trying to explain this to another guy who was trying to help with the same thing. I'm hoping joins the mastermind, but it's like everything stems from the product. Like
Yeah,
your content, your business, everything. If the product sucks, then your content is going to suck because the product is the best. The product is like you maxing out your knowledge you can give,
yeah,
and your content is like half, a third of that. It's like the more better my product got from EasyGrow, now my content is better than
yeah,
all of my old programs, just because it's just watered down parts from what I'm actually learning from building the product. So
yeah.
yeah, I appreciate that from Charlie.
Nice. It's like a natural, like you said, the content and everything else, right? Content, sales, you hiring people that want to work with you, right? And our A players and whatnot, all these different things, they're a natural byproduct of having a great product anyway. And that's
Yeah,
why, like, with our like team principles, and we shared this in the mastermind, KJ. I'm not sure if you remember, but we shared the team principles, and I got it hanging here. Number one is product centric, and that's for a reason.
yeah.
Everything stems from that. So when you work on that, everything falls into place. And I think you've probably seen it where people they're just focusing on the wrong levels, where it's like they're not focusing on product, but they want to focus on their brand and their sales. And it's like, what are you doing? The product
Yeah.
needs work. Like these are just secondary.
Well, I mean, people don't understand what. even game they're in. Like, look, man, you're in
Yeah.
the info product space, meaning your info is the product. Meaning if you are stupid, you're never gonna win. And so it's like focusing on the product and getting smarter and constantly iterating on the core of your thing. That's how you make it in this
Yeah.
business, in my opinion. Right now, that could change. I don't know, but in my limited experience, like what's between your two ears is how much
Yeah.
money you're gonna make as the owner of an info product. So
Yeah. There we go. And KJ, one thing I wanted to touch on is quite unique because I think you are probably the first client I interviewed that's part of the mastermind, and I've got a chance to speak to them after the mastermind took place, right? Um, just touching on that side of things, obviously it was a 3 day event and we've got more events coming. Um, what was your experience like attending that event, getting all the information needed? Like, if you can share some insights on that to people watching that, probably were wondering, what it was like meeting up with, Charlie, Bo, myself, everyone else in that room, right? How was your experience like?
it was just a great time, man. It was great to take some time. I got to see my business partner for the first time in real life.
Yeah,
Got to meet all you guys who I've seen or heard in courses and on YouTube and stuff, and just realizing how real everything is. And it was just awesome. I mean, we didn't ask a lot of questions, but we have
yeah,
every question we did have was answered. And we left knowing exactly what we should do. And we've done nothing but execute for ever since we got home, literally. And now we're doing double. So
yeah.
I don't know what else anybody needs to know. Like business doubled in 2 months from just going to mastermind, getting a list of what we need to do, fixing it. There you go.
There we go. And it's funny because I was just joking around with KJ that I was watching. KJ literally came to the to the mastermind. And I don't remember speaking to him, so I had to say, KJ, did we speak?
Mhm.
Were you even there? Like you didn't ask any questions, but all you done, KJ, was literally just observe. You like you said, Charlie was already answering questions you had, and it was just a matter of getting the key takeaways during the 3 days there.
That was it, man. And yeah, we were executing an hour after we left the thing. We're like, all right,
Nice.
here's the plan. Let's
Yeah.
do it. And it's just cool to, I don't know, life isn't all about making the money. Like, why do you make the money for, you know? And
Mhm.
so for me, getting to be around guys who are like me, because we're all nuts, we're all weird. Like
Yep.
being around you guys just was fun.
Yeah.
Um, and hanging out, meeting people afterwards. I'm not one for networking. I like to sit in my closet and just grind, and I love that. But I surprisingly really enjoy networking around people who are like me.
Yeah. There
So
you
fun.
go. There we go, man. Sweet. And one thing, KJ, um, with where the business once was, where there was sort of like instability with everything all over the place. You don't know what's going on. Like you said, you hated content, you hated looking at your dashboards, or there was no dashboard, but
No dashboard, man.
you hated not looking at anything and hoping for the best. Now in 3 months, we got everything steady and we've laid the foundations because we're not even getting started yet to scale, beyond 100K and whatnot. Simple question, man. How does it feel to be in a position in 3 months where I guess there's a sense of peace in your life where you don't have to worry
Yeah,
about, what's going on?
it feels freaking good, man. Um, and I even had a comment from one of my clients today that just almost had me in tears. But I do all this to serve others, and I think that like my mission is just to tell people about God and like how much that has changed my life. And the biggest way I do that is by helping people like as much as I can. And it's like I was wanting to help people, but I just couldn't because of my lack of knowledge and lack of execution and just lack of any clarity. And so EasyGrow literally was game changing, man, because it gave me everything I needed to think for myself, solve the problems, implement the systems, and then help people. Like some of my guys are making $1,000s a month thanks to the information I learned in EasyGrow and help them implement. So
Yeah, amazing stuff, man. That's beautiful. And in terms of where you're at now, so like 60K a month, maybe 70K per month with more
yeah.
deals coming in. What's the next big goal, man? Because we've been working with each other for 3 months. What's the next big sort of step for you to reach?
Well, the goal is 250K a month. That's what we set going into the mastermind to figure out how to do.
Nice.
And not sure if we'll keep that goal or not, but kind of the roadmap is right now we're really fixing sales, and shout out to Brunker for helping me beyond belief with that. Um, Setting up the sales team so we can really go crazy with ads because everything else is in KPI.
Yeah,
We could start ads right now technically, but it would just be a mess. So we're sorting out how do we get ready for that and kind of just turn on the faucet and go to that 250K. But yeah, we're just having fun right now, man. Just working on the product, making content, inbound leads like magic, spending no money. So
yeah. That's it. You got like a Zen vibe coming in, where it's like it's at peace. There's no chaos. Everything's flowing
yeah.
nicely. So yeah, I would have. It would have been great to see the KJ before all of this to see if
Hey,
there's
y'all go watch some of them old videos. You can see me freaking acting like I don't even know, man. Like handing
yeah,
out.
I'll check them out after this. So look, as we round off the interview, KJ, there's going to be two groups of people that typically watch the interview. The first of which is current students within EasyGrow, also current clients as part of the mastermind as well, and also people that are on the fence. So we'll start off with people that are already within the program. You've been with us for 3 months, and you've obviously made like
Mhm.
a dramatic change in your business, and you went through the program with you and your partner. What key pieces of advice would you give from your experience going through the program, working with us, in order to really succeed with it?
Also, the number one thing is you have to genuinely understand acquisition genesis because everything stems off of that. If you don't understand what role you play in the market and what problem you solve, which creates the value, nothing else matters because you can't scale that if it's not there. And so when we really understood, okay, here is our mission statement. Here's what we do. Here's exactly what we get for this exact type of person. Here's what these people believe, their fears, everything they have mentally. Here's how we present stimuli to get them to pay us. Here's what we fulfill. I mean, then it's just doing that a lot of times. And so acquisition genesis is the number one thing. Um, that's really it. Like if you just go through that, I don't know how anybody doesn't make money. Um, Yeah, and then just using the systems. Like, systems are incredible. And William probably gets tired of me texting him once a week asking about systems, but I love it. I love it so
Yeah.
much. And I'm always wanting to try new stuff and iterate on what you guys have given us. So the support is always amazing. He always gets back to me probably earlier than he should. I don't know. He always responds quick.
Yeah, more. We're up in the morning, man. We're up in the morning.
Yeah, y'all going crazy.
There we go. Amazing. And to those people that have yet to become a what do you call it, a customer, KJ, maybe they're on the fence, they want to think about it. Maybe similar to you, even where they've had bad experiences with other programs and
Mhm.
whatnot. What would you say to those individuals?
I would say you got to do whatever you can to get in here. Um, and obviously that sounds really salesy, but it's just honest. Like if you don't have the information, you can't get to where you want to go. And I can promise anyone watching this, this has the information you need. I was on the fence forever. It's basically because I was like, I can't afford it, can't afford it. If I knew what I knew now, I would have gotten a loan and bought it because it would have made me the money back.
There you go.
But I was just so burnt from the courses. But you know, all I would say is like if you're on the fence, go watch a bunch of these interviews because one of them might be an anomaly, but 100 isn't.
Yeah,
Um, Go watch Charlie's. I'm a big proponent in like validated inputs. That's what I tell my guys. I was like, if you're thinking about buying a course, go watch their free stuff.
yeah.
If it's better than everyone else's, then you know their course is finna slap. And go watch Charlie's free stuff. I mean, that ought to be proof enough. So
That's it. That's it. Amazing stuff. So that's quality, KJ. And obviously, in terms of where people can find you if they want to keep up with you, for people that are watching this right now, you got two channels, KJ. So why don't you share like the names of it with them, and obviously we'll include it in the description.
yeah, I'll probably say the coolest thing to do is, and this is plays into seeing how EasyGrow affected us as well, is I've documented my whole journey every month from making 4K to now making 70K. Every single month I do a video explaining what I've learned. And so if you go back to that's on my at KJ Plays Life copywriting channel. It's called like making $100,000 from scratch. So I started it in 2024 and we already hit the goal. But yeah, go back there and look at like episode 10 or 11 is when I bought EasyGrow. Just look at the change, man. I'm like a different person. And then you see the income the next 2 months go whoop. So
Yeah, we got a live vlogs of you working with us and just going
I'm
boom.
about to say, man, if anybody's on the fence, you can't fake it. Like, go back and watch those videos of me being a customer and watch my income go up. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what else to tell you.
I made a joke with another client where it's like, guys, I promise you, it's hard to get paid actors to be as authentic and natural as KJ was other guys that are coming on these interviews. So yeah, if you guys need further reinforcement, check out KJ's channel and if, it will be very rare for us to pay KJ to do like a vlog start. When did he start? KJ started 2024.
2024.
Yeah, that would be
I mean,
some setup.
hey, if y'all did that, like, hats off, man. That's crazy. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that would be a mad move.
But
That would
that's
be a
something I could see Charlie doing, right? So maybe that's not even a good thing to say. Like, Charlie's mastermind like that. I would not be,
Yeah, that'd
not be
be
surprised.
that'd be one in the playbook. But yeah, in all seriousness, guys, check out KJ's channels. They're going to be in the link in the description below. And yeah, I'll just round it off by saying this to everyone watching this. If you are someone that's willing to put in the work and you want to follow a proven roadmap, a proven framework to really scale up your business, whether you're a coach, consultant, agency owner, whether you have a service or maybe you've got a course like KJ has here, then we are confident that we can help you and it's worth booking in a call with us. Now, that being said, I do have to say, and KJ, I drop this same line to every client interview I do at the end. And it's funny because now you're added to the fold. You know, if you are someone that wants and I'm sure you agree with me, KJ, if you're someone that wants a get rich quick scheme where, you swallow a magic pill and boom, your operations and businesses is fixed in one day and there's no hassle and there's no work required, then I've got to reiterate or iterate for the first time round, this program's not for you. Okay. I'm not going to sell you a get rich quick solution because that's not what it is. We're in the world of social media and gurus where they're selling you Ferraris, Lamborghinis, beaches, watches, all that stuff. You can have those things, but you're not going to have them in one day and it requires work.
No.
And KJ is a great testament to this because again, in 3 months, he literally just him and his business partner knuckled down and went through absolutely everything in the program, and that's where they are, why they got the results they do have today. So if you're someone that's willing to put in the work, feel free to book a call with us because we can probably help. If you're someone that wants to get rich quick scheme, this isn't what that is. It's probably not going to be a good fit. If you do find a get rich quick scheme, as I always say, pop me a message because I'd love to join something that doesn't take any work and boom, I've got money in my bank one day later. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the interview. Like I said to KJ, this is going to be part one because we're just getting started with KJ. And if he's obviously kind enough to do a part two, we can get a part two in there and really, really start to see how he's getting on. So keep an eye out for that. And like KJ said, if you're on the fence, be sure to check out the other client interviews that we have done, whether it's with myself, Charlie, or even some of the sales reps. Check them out on the site and the channel. But yeah, other than that, we'll leave you to it. KJ, appreciate your time, man. And yeah, to everyone watching, hope you enjoy the rest of your day or evening. Cheers. Bye.